Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chris Meaney here of FTN, checking with a few prize picks to consider on this Sunday. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Happy Father's Day to you. I hope it is filled with lots of cash in your PrizePicks account. If you're just new to PrizePicks, check them out over at PrizePicks.com. You can mix and match across all the sports that you love. You know, watching this video, I'm going to talk Game 4 between Montreal and Vegas with you this evening. Why wouldn't I talk a little bit of hockey? Round 3 has been very good to us. Alex Pietrangelo is absolutely paying the bills. So let's talk Game 4. But if you are looking for other picks and plays, we have free content over at ftndaily.com, free PrizePicks content. And if you click the chat link up at the top of ftndaily.com, it'll get you in our free PrizePicks Discord channel. There are even more picks and plays to consider because PrizePicks offers all the sports that you love, and you can mix and match across all of them. Use the promo code FTN, 100% first deposit match of up to $100 using that promo code. Plus, if you're a first-time user, you get a free 2-pick entry, a chance to win yourself $50. So let's talk Game 4. As I mentioned, the playoffs have been good to us over at PrizePicks.com. We've been hammering some of the totals here that they have to offer. Of course, they have the fantasy score. Just the one game, as I mentioned, Habs and Golden Knights. It's Game 4. Montreal up 2-1 in this series after a come-from-behind overtime victory in Game 3. I expect Vegas to absolutely bring it here tonight, and it looks like they're going to go with Robin Lehner in net. And if you've been following my work, I said this on the Fantasy Hockey Picks and Bets show presented by PrizePicks over at the Mayo Media Network that if Fleury had a bad Game 3, don't be shocked if Vegas went to Robin Lehner. One, they're obsessed with this guy. They play him in situations where maybe they shouldn't. They played him in Game 1 against Colorado. They lost 7-1. I don't know why they did that. Maybe Fleury just a little tired. It was a quick turnaround after a hard-fought 7-game series against the Wild. They played Fleury and they lost that game. They played Leonard and they lost that game, and then they went to Fleury and they were in every single game the rest of the way and badly outplayed Colorado. But it looks like they are going to go to Robin Lehner, which is interesting. Get into that in just a little bit. I mean, it's not totally interested, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I want some of these Habs. I'm looking at Vegas players tonight, down 2-1 in this series. I expect them to have a full effort here. And the last game was their most complete game from start to finish, although towards the end of the game and in overtime, they were outplayed by the Habs. But as I mentioned, just the one game, still a lot that PrizePicks has to offer here. You see that there's 8 different options here for the fantasy score. The lowest on the board here is Thomas Tatar, 2.4. He hasn't played in multiple games, so he's not going to suit up here tonight. Brendan Gallagher at 3. Mark Stone at 3.5. Pacioretty and Pietrangelo are the ones that stand out to me, but of course they have the highest total here at 4.5. Honestly, I'm probably just going to stay away from all of them, except for Pietrangelo. I kind of lean towards him. Let's just talk him off the hop. I was actually going to mention Carey Price first, but let's just do Pietrangelo because he's been so consistent here in the playoffs. Been taking overs on his shot props, on his fantasy point prop, and we've been cashing. He's just been so good to us. So in the 3 games here in the series, got 28 shot attempts, 17 shots on goal, 3 goals, 7 shots, 3 shots his last 3 games, 9 shot attempts per game here. His shot prop is at 3.5, so it's the highest it's ever been. He has cleared 4, or 3.5 rather, in 9 games, 9 of his 16. 4.5 fantasy points I think is a little bit safer, though, because of what he's doing just with the shots and the blocks. So in Game 1, he had 7 shots and 3 blocks, 5 points, 5 fantasy points, according to PrizePicks scoring. Half a point for a block, half a point for a shot, 2 for an assist, 1 for a goal. Actually get the 3.5 for the goal because you shoot the puck on net. You get the 3 points for the goal, half for the shot. Game 2, he had 2 goals, 7 shots and 1 block, 10 points. Game 3 had 1 goal, 3 shots and 4 blocks, 6.5 points. His last 8 games, he has 8 points, 4 goals, 37 shots and 29 blocks. 66 combined shots and blocks for Alex Pietrangelo. He had a team-high ice time Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. He's just playing a ton here for the Golden Knights in all situations. They're not even really messing around with their power play, although it has really struggled. But for the most part, especially in Game 1, it was Shea Theodore on the first unit, then it was Pietrangelo on the second unit. But I've noticed when they get the power play, they're rolling both guys out on the same unit. So Pietrangelo is getting that when the power play occurs and they need it, sometimes he's not that first defenseman over the board. It's Theodore. Now he's jumping over the boards first, right? He's been one of the better players in this series. He's been very impressive. As I mentioned, he's all over the ice. He's shooting the puck with confidence. He's putting everything towards the net. He's got the 3 goals. I like the over 4.5. And if he doesn't score here and he finishes with 5 shots and 4 blocks, we're like right there on that number that if he finds the score sheet, we're getting it. We're getting the over. So 3.5 on the shot prop is a little high for me. I don't know if I can get behind him having 4 shots. I think 3 is good. If you can find 3 in spots, grab it. But 4.5 is a little too high for me, or 3.5 is a little too high for me. I think we just take the over on the 4.5 fantasy points and move on. The shot prop that I do like is Max Pacioretty at 2.5. 23 shot attempts in 3 games here in the series, only 8 shots on goal, and he's just gotten better as the series has gone on. 1 shot in game 1 on, I think, 2 attempts, 2 shots in game 2, and then 5 shots in his last game. So he's second on the team in shot attempts. His ice time has gone up as well, 16, 19, and 21. I know game 3 was in overtime. He's completely getting booed every time he touches the puck in Montreal at the Bell Center, which is no surprise, being the former Habs captain. That's going to continue. If there's one player that would get rattled with that stuff, I do feel like it's Pacioretty. But at the same time, this guy wants to score. I don't want to call him completely selfish, but he's a bit of a puck hog. He wants to score. There's no question he wants to score. He also wants to win and do what's good for his team, but he wants to put a puck past Carey Price against his former team in the Bell Center. So that's why I thought, last game he put more pucks on net than in any game in this series, or towards the net, rather. So the 5 shots in the last game, I think that carries over here. 2.5, I'm actually shocked. I would take over 3, 3.5. Like, I would take over 3.5 for him tonight over Pietrangelo at 3.5. But 2.5 is fine. We'll move on. The other prop I'm looking at here is the saves. As you see here, they have Marc-Andre Fleury at 25.5. I mentioned that I'm not shocked that it looks like he's not starting. Robin Lehner, the first one on the ice, and the first one off the ice. That's usually an indication that goalie is going to start when that occurs. I don't know. It doesn't really change how I feel. I'm not into the Habs, per se, taking the over on any of their players. But I am into the over here at Carey Price at 29.5. So Carey Price had the 29 saves in Game 2, and he had 43 saves in Game 3. Of course, that game went to overtime, but he already was sailing over the 29.5 by the end of the game. So for Vegas at 5-5, they have the Corsi 4 percentage. They have that advantage, 55%. 168 shot attempts at 5-5 in 3 games. Montreal only 136. The shot attempts in the last game, 17-6 for Vegas in the first. It was their best first period in the series, not even close. They were badly outplayed in the first period in Game 1 and 2. And then 36-18, the shot attempts after 2 in favor of Vegas. If you look overall at this series, 6 of the 9 periods, Vegas has held the edge in shot attempts and shots and high danger chances and scoring chances. They really haven't. It's not even all that close, to be honest with you. I expect a complete effort here from Vegas. This is a better hockey team than Montreal. Don't want to take too much away from what the Canadians are doing. They're playing a style. They're getting goals. They're great with the lead. They're just a good 5-5 team. The penalty kill has been phenomenal. They've only allowed 3 power play goals, and they have 4 shorthanded goals. Plus, you got Carey Price, who checks in with a .924 save percentage at 5-5 and a .932 overall. He's been phenomenal. But the thing is, with Vegas down 2-1, coming off that strong Game 3, they have a lot of experience on that team, and I think they continue to attack the Canadians at 5-5. So I think Carey Price sails over that 29.5. That's all. That's it. It's just those 3. There's not another one that I'm looking at. I was thinking maybe under Gallagher at 3. He's been the quiet Hab in this series and in the playoffs. He does have the 1 goal in Game 7 against the Leafs, but that line is more of a shutdown checking line with Deneau and Lehkonen and Gallagher up against Stone and Pacioretty. Last game it was Tuck. I don't know what they're going to do at center here, but they're playing more of a shutdown role, and I'm starting to see that Vegas line 1 with a little bit more confidence, playing a little bit better, getting more scoring chances than that Deneau line. So if you are looking for an under and you're an under guy or girl, that would be the one. Gallagher 3, or under Thomas Tatar 2.4, but he's not going to play tonight. All right, good luck out there. Any questions, hit me up. Leave the comment in the YouTube section. In our Discord channel, you can tag me, tag any expert. We're always around to give some advice at PrizePicks.com. Make sure you use that promo code FTN. You can also hit me up at Chris Meaney on Twitter if you have any questions. I would rank them like this. Price 29.5 over. Pietrangelo over 4.5 fantasy points. Pacioretty over 2.5 shots. Like them all. Get them all in there. Good luck. Happy Father's Day. Let's win some cash. We'll be back on Monday. Cheers.